Hey everybody, Jake here from Bearded Gear, and I have an impressions-ish video to do for you. This is another knife that is in my giveaway, which is about to elapse. I don't know if that's the right term. It's about to come to fruition. On Friday the 28th, I'll be picking a winner for the giveaway. There are 3 prize packs in it, and this is the knife from the BGM prize pack. When I reached out to John about being included in that giveaway, I did not expect that he would send something of this caliber. I, in fact, had no expectations for him to even accept at all, but he immediately said yes, and this was the knife that he immediately had in mind, and this is a one-off prototype custom fixed blade from John at BGM Knives. This is a knife that he described to me as a survival knife prototype. It's something that he wanted to try out. I don't know if this will be a knife that he puts into production, if this will become a regular model of his. If it does, I don't know that it'll be exactly like this. This one is a prototype. So I believe he did a little bit of testing with this knife, and it's the only wear that I can find on it is some scratching in this direction on the blade, which could also just be from going in and out of the sheath a bunch of times. Overall, this knife appears to be in fantastic shape to me. So, I don't know. He warned me that there might be some defects because it's a prototype, but I can't find them. So, this one, if you're familiar with my experience with BGM knives, I actually only own one BGM knife up to this point. I will be getting more. There's no question, because I really like the one I have. I like John, and I see a ton of really cool stuff coming from him, and I get jealous constantly by following his Instagram and seeing what he's building for other people. But I own the BGM Pike, and I ended up getting the Pike. I'd been wanting to get a new fixed blade for the way that I carry on my pack for a while when I ended up jumping on it, and I just happened to get lucky and saw that he had posted one that was available for sale. I don't know if someone backed out or if he made an extra one, but I got my Pike in 80 CRV2 with this same color micarta handles, the same finish on the blade that you see here, and I was able to get it just ready. Not that his lead times are long anyways, but I just got one immediately, paid him, shipped it, and then I had it. And I loved that knife right off the bat. I love it even more now. The more that I use that knife, the more that I carry it. It is my designated pack knife. So every hike that I go on where I'm carrying my pack, which is over 90% of the hikes that I go on, that knife is right here. And that's what I reach for while I'm hiking if I need to do something with a knife, primarily. I just really love it for that. And it's perfect for that application for me. So this knife, being a survival knife, is a little bit different in concept. And it is so rad. So this is a much thicker blade stock than my Pike, noticeably thicker, and it's got more heft to it because of that. It's got really robust strength out to the tip. But what's crazy to me is this one is still hollow grind, and it's, the sliciness over here, kind of in the flat, is just really impressive to me. It gets quite thin behind the edge, and I don't know, I just think it looks fantastic with that hollow grind. But beyond the looks, the performance, this feels just like the hollow grind on my Pike right here. This feels about the same, and the performance I've gotten out of this section on my Pike, because mine is compound ground, so it's got a flat up front where it's thick at the tip for prying and stuff, and then here in the slicing portion of the blade it's thin just like this, and that thing slices incredibly well. So I just love the way he's able to do these grinds. What's cool is with this hollow grind, without doing a compound like on my Pike, he was able to kind of add thickness out toward the tip where the hollow just gets a little more shallow out here, and I think part of it is because the edge comes up, but it gets much thicker up here, and so the tip of this thing just seems ridiculously robust to me. Like, I would have no qualms about literally prying with this knife. And on a survival knife, I feel like it's a really good thing to have. I feel like this is a very well thought out, but still simplistic design for a survival knife. I like that it's a hollow grind. I like that the hollow grind is thin where I want it to be thin, but thickens up where I want it to be thick. I like the stock thickness overall. I like how robust this knife feels. It's just so sturdy in my hand. I love the way he finishes his micarta and the pattern that he puts on it. I'm not usually a big, like, I would call this kind of like a rock pattern based on what I've seen other people call this type of pattern. I'm not usually huge on it aesthetically. It's not usually my favorite to look at, but something about it on his fixed blades, and maybe part of it is now that I've had so much experience with it in hand, I just love the way his handles feel. And it's crazy to me. I thought my pike was kind of a unicorn in the sense that I bought that knife off the shelf, and I've made this comment before. It was not a knife that he designed for me. In fact, it's a design he makes a lot. But when I put that knife in my hand, it feels like it was custom made for my hand. What's crazy to me is that this one feels every bit as comfortable as my pike does. This feels perfect for my hand. It's a more robust handle. It fills my hand out more than my pike does. It feels more substantial in hand than my pike, but the way that he shapes not only the micarta but the profile of the handle itself, it just works so well for my hands on this and the pike. So it's not that the pike was just a lucky thing for me, it's that he designs knives that go really well in my hands. So yeah, I honestly don't know. I'll have to ask John if he's going to be making this into a production model, or if something like this will become a production model. I assume if someone really wants one of these, he'd probably be willing to make one for you. That's kind of the vibe I get from him, is he'll make just about anything these days. I don't know how long that will last. I'm constantly blown away by a couple of things about John. A, the speed at which he's able to produce a custom knife for somebody. His books are open as of when I'm filming this, and I've had a lot of people reach out to me after making my pike videos, and just friends of mine who have said that they have ordered a knife from him, and it's crazy to me how quick he's able to turn them around, go from taking the order to having a knife in someone's hands. A custom knife, right? That was A. B, what's impressive to me is his pricing, because so many custom knife makers, fixed blade folders or otherwise, I feel like ask for quite a bit for their products. A lot of the time that seems fair, depending on demand and how good the product actually is and all of that. Not even necessarily trying to say that people need to be asking for less for their work. But I'm just, his pricing seems like way below the competition. For the level of talent that I'd put him at, for the consistency in his work, for how fantastic his builds are, and the materials he uses, I mean, it's shocking to me that he charges what he does. There's just so much value in his custom work. It's amazing. What else? I feel like there was a third thing that I was going to say, but as usual, I tend to end up rambling and forgetting where I was going. Anyways, yeah, I really, really appreciate that his wait times are, at this point, fairly short, that for the money, you're getting an insane amount of craftsmanship and materials, and you're not waiting forever. Like, it's just, it all runs together, I guess, but I can't imagine that's going to last forever. I feel like people are catching on to John and his work, and BGM Knives is not going to be as underground as it has been for much longer. So I really want to make sure I order some stuff from him before that happens, selfishly, because I can imagine his wait times getting longer and his prices going up inevitably if he's getting way more demand for his work. But I don't know. He's also really young, which is amazing. I feel like the level of talent and the skill that he brings to the table on his knives just blows me away for how young the guy is. He's a few years younger than I am, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm in my late 20s. Like, I don't know, the level of work that he does, I'm just constantly shocked by. So this knife is really, really fantastic. I guess it's turned a little bit into a video about BGM Knives on the whole, but I'm floored by this knife. I am supremely jealous of whoever wins it, and I might need to just have John make me something, if not exactly like this, then very similar to it, because I really like it. I feel like this would have a place in my kit. I don't foresee a single knife coming along that will dethrone the pike for the way that I carry that. But as a belt knife, as like a survival knife, this makes a lot of sense to me, and I could see myself having a lot of fun out in the woods with a knife like this. It's just really fantastic. He puts such good grinds in, he puts an amazing edge on, and his profiling it's really good. His handle is excellent for me. There's just so much good happening here. There's nothing on this knife that I would change. Like if you told me, enhance this knife for what it is, being a survival knife designed to do what it's designed to do, I don't know looking at it that I would be like, I really like it, but if we could fix this one little thing. Like I really like it exactly the way it is. It's a very well made knife, and everything is even, everything looks great. I don't know, it's just really, really nice. Plus the finish he puts on these is really cool. So this is the BGM survival knife prototype that will be in the giveaway, which is about to happen if you're watching this video now. That'll be on Friday, August 28th, that I'll be picking the winner for this and 2 other packages as well. So this is just one of the options of what can be won, but this is incredibly generous of him to have donated to the giveaway. So thank you again, John, for doing that. I really appreciate it. And I don't know, part of me hopes that a lot of people catch on to how fantastic his work is and that he blows up because he deserves it and his work deserves it. But part of me selfishly also kind of hopes he doesn't, so that I can keep getting fantastic stuff from him fast and cheap. It's amazing to me that his quality is so good and that his wait times are so low and that his prices are so low. It's amazing. Anyways, his Kydex sheath is also very good. I don't think I mentioned that super thoroughly. I showed it in the beginning, but the Kydex fits perfectly. There's like just really no rattle. I mean, it's fantastically fitted. It's got a great little thumb ramp to push off and deploy the knife. He sends these without clips or anything because everyone gets really particular about what clips they like to run and how they want to carry it, and I think that's a totally fair thing to do. The way that he sets these up, you could put just about any clip that you want on, or loops to carry it, scout carrier, whatever you want. And the sheath is just, it's really functional and very well made. So everything about his knives just comes together so ridiculously well. I don't know, I'm floored by this one. Really glad I got to check it out, even if it is just to cry as I send it out and watch it go away. But it's been fun to hold it and pretend I'm Rambo in my bedroom with it for a little bit while it's here. So thanks, John. I appreciate it, buddy. And thank you guys for watching and checking it out. And congrats in advance to the winner of whoever gets selected for this one. You are a lucky person. Thanks, guys.